Really?
Down 14. This is CBS.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance.
Nobel Peace Prize in economics.
Visit
Well.
to learn more.
Really? For telling us that we're broke? We already know that. We already know that. We don't need to get a Nobel Peace Prize to tell us that. Nobel Peace Prize ain't worth what it used to be. It ain't worth what it used to be.
Cell phones and plans, access to insurance products, and more.
All right, now.
A powerful tool against inflation. Second, with a bi-monthly magazine, daily website content, podcasts with America's thought leaders, and an app that delivers insightful coverage of the issues that matter most, AMAC is a trusted source of information. And third, the reason that people say is their favorite is that AMAC fights for your conservative values on Capitol Hill. With more than 2 million members, AMAC is a voice that cannot be ignored, working tirelessly to preserve the freedoms secured by our Constitution.
I've been down one time.
Liberty and join today. That's
I've been down
amac.us/liberty. amac.us/liberty.
A new hotel's opening in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but it's not for everyone.
The hotel is only for employees of American Airlines who are in the city for training and business meetings. The Dallas Morning News says the $250 million hotel called Skyview 6 will resemble a small city with a dining room, a tavern, a basketball court, a medical clinic, and a huge gym. Flight attendants, pilots, and airport agents of American and its regional carriers will be able to stay there. Other local staff can use it for business meetings. Christopher Cruz, CBS News.
Someone's bought a very large, very expensive diamond that's gotten a lot of attention. The 11.15 carat Williamson Pink Star diamond has sold at auction for $49.9 million. That's the most ever paid for a diamond at auction, and it's the second largest rock in history to hit the block. There is no word on who the new owner is. Deborah Rodriguez.
That's somebody too much money. I mean, it's their money. They can spend their money when they want to spend their money. Yeah, that's true. But $49 million for a piece of rock. Okay, I got you. See, that's somebody with more money than sense. Yeah. I mean, it's their money. That's true. It's their money. They can spend it. They can spend their money how they want to spend their money. That's true. But why don't they help a brother out? Fix my car or something. Come on, man. $49 million for a diamond. We got folk living outside, although some of them want to be outside, but you know. Whew, that's a lot of moolah.
We tried Dynamite for gut health and immune support, and after
It's a rock. It's a rock.
Get a lot less scratching and shedding, and he seemed like his happy old self.
Yeah.
Scratched constantly. We bathed and sprayed her, took her to the vet, but no results.
Okay.
Now, a little Dynamite in her food helps Bella keep her beautiful coat with no scratching or smell.
Get 10% off your next order
Yep.
of Dynamite nutritional supplements for dogs at dynamite.com.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dynamite.
Here's a message just for the attorneys out there. So you passed the bar, joined a firm, or even built your own. Now are you finding out that you're doing more administration than actual law practice?
Wish I would, I wish I would, I wish I would, I wish I would. Wish I would, and I wish I would.
Maximizing billable hours and increasing client
Okay,
satisfaction.
I know
Call
this.
855-4-LEXICON or visit lexiconservices.com/go to learn.
Wanna stay together,
Tried Dynamite for gut health and immune support, and after a couple of
loving
weeks,
you
her little gift was
forever.
fluffy again. His coat was shiny.
I'll with me.
My dog
Let me.
constantly. We bathed and sprayed her, took her to the vet, but no results. Now,
All right, it's bill day today. Gotta pay all the bills.
keep her beautiful coat with no scratching or smell.
Get 10% off your next order of Dynamite nutritional supplements for
Let
dogs
me
at dynamite.com.
be the one to.
Here's a message just for the attorneys out there. So you passed the bar.
Alrighty then. That right there in every situation about power and petition.
Actual law practice, Lexicon can
with thanksgiving,
is a legal technology
present
provider
the
with over a
request
decade of
to God.
experience streamlining
Philippians
administrative
4 through
tasks
6.
like timekeeping, billing,
Philippians
and
4,
more, so
4
you
through
can
7.
focus on maximizing
Okay then.
billable hours and increasing client
Let
satisfaction.
me hear the Lord.
Or Lexicon, or visit lexiconservices.com/go to learn more.
Takes a little sports analysis, pop culture, and great interviews. You've got the Rich Eisen Show podcast.
Brownie the Elf. It's this monstrously large logo that few people across the country knew even was existing on the planet. Joining me here on Rich Eisen Show for a few minutes, Nathan Segura.
I just want you to know that J.W. Johnson, our owner and executive vice president, told me he will be happy to send you a Brownie hoodie.
I'm sure I can give it to a Brown fan because what's that phrase? I wouldn't be caught dead in it.
Rich Eisen Show podcast, wherever you listen.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
And here we go.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster. Want to save big on new blinds? Blindster.com offers custom-made blind shades and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Shop Blindster now and save 45% off any order. Just use code RADIO. Offer ends soon. Shop today. Blindster.com.
After a chilly start to our day, we'll talk air temperatures making their way to either side of 80 thanks to a lot of sunshine and dry air. Cooling off as we head into our Monday night. Upper 40s, low 50s anticipated again. Could be a little bit milder with a few clouds Tuesday ahead of our next cold front. Highs in the low and mid 80s turn into lower 80s again, but what's important about this front, it actually might bring us some and that's your first alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better than Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
And more. Festival Plaza, Taylor is Vaughn, a JLL managed development. Buckle up, it's the law from Montgomery Skywatch Traffic. This is Major Delay.
Call the tire experts at Chico's Auto Pros, where you'll get the price match guarantee and free extras like roadside assistance, local towing, and free balance and rotation. Chico's Auto Pros.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening on this Monday. Hurricane Ian is now officially the deadliest storm to hit Florida in nearly 90 years. 133 people are dead, 128 of them are from the state of Florida. Thousands of people are still without power, and places like Sanibel Island and Pine Island have been unreachable for several days. Gas prices are now on the rise. The current average in Alabama is $3.37 a gallon for regular. That's up 2 cents since yesterday, up 17 cents from 1 week ago. The national average is currently $3.91 a gallon. Facebook's owner Meta is warning this means a million users may have had their login information stolen. The company is reaching out to those people who may have been impacted. Hundreds of apps for Android and Apple smart devices are the cause. Often app users are asked to log in with Facebook, which enables hackers to steal their logins and passwords. That's your news on this Monday morning. I'm Jed Davis, WSFA 12 News.
When it's time to get a new vehicle, Larry Puckett Chevrolet is the best place to find your new Chevy or great used car. New cars, SUVs, and trucks are being delivered daily, and Larry Puckett has their largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in over a year. Check them out online at LarryPuckett.com or visit them on Cobbsport Road in Prattville. And if you have an extra vehicle, bring it in for an instant cash offer. Whether you're selling or trading, your vehicle will never be worth more. Larry Puckett Chevrolet, where the customers do the talking.
Asthma symptoms can attack anywhere, like on a city street. Now, you can get fast relief anywhere with new improved Primatene Mist, the only FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. So whether you need relief of symptoms at the park or at your kitchen table, Primatene Mist starts working quickly, opening up your airways to restore free breathing. For temporary relief of mild symptoms of intermittent asthma, use Primatene Mist and breathe easy again. Available at CVS, Rite Aid, and Walgreens. Use as directed.
Another Guardian Credit Union story.
Hey, are we trimming the same as usual?
Yeah.
How's your baby girl doing?
She's great, but with 3 kids, we really need more space.
You should check out Guardian Credit Union. We got a home equity line of credit from Guardian to finish our basement. They have low rates and a great team that's easy to work with.
Really?
Yeah, my mom got a Guardian home loan to buy her house. They refinance too.
Thanks. I'll check them out.
Connect with Guardian for all your lending needs. You're like most Americans. You're pretty much in disbelief with what's going on in the world. As we all know, global problems are having local consequences. Many of them. If the peanut butter really hits the fan, are you ready? Grocery store supply chains are only as strong as their weakest link. Don't wait for them to break. Now's the time to secure emergency food for everyone in your family. My Patriot Supply is America's largest preparedness company. Our specially packaged and delicious food stays fresh for up to 25 years in storage. It'll be there when you need it. Go to mypatriotsupply.com and pick up several emergency food kits. There are a dozen different sizes that average over 2,000 calories per day. Our food kits will ship quickly and discreetly to your door. Having food storage in your home beats government food lines hands down. Go to mypatriotsupply.com today and prepare for what's coming. mypatriotsupply.com.
At Tallahassee Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we understand the purchase of a new vehicle is one of the largest purchases you'll make. For over 35 years, thousands of customers have trusted us as their choice. Our small-town laid-back friendly feel gives you a more personal experience with less hassle. During our Jeep adventure, let our professional sales staff assist you with your new vehicle purchase. Whether you're tailgating or riding the roads, the all-new Grand Wagoneer is here and ready for your next grand adventure. TallasseeAutomotive.com. Drive a little, save a lot.
Your local radio stations are here for you. No subscriptions or monthly fees necessary. We're here to give you the news, weather, and traffic you need, and the music you love. But if the foreign-owned record labels get their way, it could stop the music. They want Congress to force radio stations to pay them more money, simply to play their music. Don't let radio go silent. Text LOCAL to 52886 and tell Congress to protect local radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
You wash your hands, you brush your teeth,
Lick me.
no.
Be the one you're gonna run
In one nostril around the back of the nose and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. That's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. People try Navage for lots of reasons: sinusitis, colds, allergies, snoring, things that make it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better. Over 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying, "Best product I've ever used," and "Amazing, I love my Navage." Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less, but the biggest payoff is improved health. Navage is good personal hygiene and can help you stay healthier. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS,
Okay, I believe you.
and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
Is the voice of the conservative millennial. I'm Ben Shapiro. The Ben Shapiro Show. Monday night at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it. Sometimes you need to reset. Refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the sun does.
And good morning, one and all, Montgomery, Alabama. It's time to rise and shine if you can. It's another day, one more, that you're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. It's time to rise and shine. It's a great day to be alive. It is now time for our daily bread. It's a way to get the day started. Something that'll change your perspective or give you a new one. Either way, It's good for the soul. Good morning. It is October the 10th, 2022 AD. Today's daily bread is simply entitled Happy Thanksgiving. Today's scripture insight comes from Philippians 4:4-7. But to get us started, it is Philippians 4:6. And it reads, in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. Govern yourselves accordingly. Good morning to you. And again, it is October the 10th. It is a day like all the others, of all the days of old. It has never been, and it shall never, ever come again. It is a once in a lifetime deal. And once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you should have done that you didn't. And you don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do this day, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done on this day, October the 10th. If you have lived a while, like some of us have, well, all of us have that are alive, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace and mercy of God, we may, I'm not sure, but we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of your life. And what are you going to do with it? Or whatever you do, I hope while you can, for as long as you can, until you can't, reach back every once in a while and help somebody else along the way. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well that no man living, no man dead, and no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say if that is the standard by which you live life, you shall always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you will never be a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must. Rest if you can. But you never, ever, ever quit. You never give up. Because quitters don't win. And winners, well, they may fail at a thing or two. We all do. They'll never be a failure. Because quitters don't win. And winners, even though they may fail, they don't quit. And no matter what happens to you on this day, October the 10th, it is still a great day to be alive. Happy Thanksgiving. That's our daily bread for this day, October the 10th. Good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine, Montgomery.
Chorus. Oh, teach. Who? Airborne. Here we go. Here we go. All the way. All the way.
Okay. Well, hold. That's the wrong one there now. Let me see if I get this. Let me see. Okay, let me make sure I get this where it's supposed to go. Now there we go. I knew I had it right. It's Monday. What can I tell you?
I'm Elisa Morgan, and I titled it Happy Thanksgiving. A study by psychologist Robert Emmons divided volunteers into 3 groups that each made weekly entries in journals. One group wrote 5 things they were grateful for. One described 5 daily hassles, and a control group listed 5 events that had impacted them in a small way. The results of the study revealed that those in the gratitude group felt better about their lives overall, were more optimistic about the future, and reported fewer health problems. Giving thanks has a way of changing the way we look at life. Thanksgiving can even make us happier. The Bible has long extolled the benefits of giving thanks to God, as doing so reminds us of his character. The Psalms repeatedly call God's people to give him thanks because the Lord is good and his love endures forever, and to thank him for his unfailing love and wonderful deeds. As the Apostle Paul closed his letter to the Philippians, the letter itself a kind of a thank you note to a church that had supported him, he linked thankful prayers with the peace of God which transcends all understanding. When we focus on God and his goodness, we find that we can pray without anxiety in every situation with thanksgiving. Giving thanks brings us a peace that uniquely guards our hearts and minds and changes the way we look at life. A heart full of gratitude nurtures a spirit of joy. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Philippians chapter 4, verses 4 through 7. Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again. Rejoice. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Let's pray. Father in heaven, where we see problems, grant us a spirit of gratitude and grateful praise. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thanks for listening today. My name is Elisa Morgan, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Okay, time to go to work.
Oh, kid, cool.
Hey, boy. Okay, it's time to rise and shine. PT, it's Monday morning. We got to get the old blood flowing, and you know how it goes. All right, I'm just saying. General, knock this out for us. I talked to her a couple months ago. All right, here we go.
My knee, down in a mess, fall on my knees.
We got nothing to eat but a can of beans.
Nothing to eat but a can of beans.
The bread was moldy and the meat was bad.
Bread was molded and the meat was
Well, you know darn well that you can't eat that.
darn well that you can't eat that.
Here we go. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough. Airborne all the way. When I was young, always wanted to be in the 82nd Airborne, needs and a breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight. Oh, what a great day it is to be airborne.
Driving on.
This is motivation.
Airborne all the way, driving on.
Driving on.
Early one.
In the drizzling rain, well, I picked up my parachute and boarded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go. Green light.
With the chilling.
Ho! Come on now, let's get up. Let's do it. Let's do it. Time to go to work, I think. Oh, today a holiday? Oh, it's another one? Well, sorry about that.
All the way, driving on.
It's not a holiday for me. I'm working.
Here we go. Here we go.
All the way.
All the way. Gotta be.
I don't really celebrate Columbus Day. I mean, he didn't really do much for me. I'm just saying. All right, then. Good morning to you. It's time for PT. Got to get my coffee. I know I'm the only guy in town who runs PT with a cup of coffee, but that's because I'm multi-faceted. All right, here we go. Let's do it. And Jane Brown was here today. Don't party. Eat it up. Don't party. Hey, come on. This party. Eat it up. This party. Here we go. We got the groove. Everyone daddy is on the move. Oh, will it all in your soul? Just a little bit more. Hey, latte daddy. Hey, latte daddy. Hey, come on. Hey, latte daddy. Woo! Everyone way. Sometimes I wanna quit, but my pride won't permit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. We got it. We got it. Woo! Oh, is it over here? Oh, they know me. Woo! Okay. Okay. What a way to start Monday morning. And now we pay homage to all of our armed forces of these United States, being Montgomery's only veteran talk show host in town. Hey, I cannot forget, it is not the media that gives us our freedom. It is not them that protect the right to speech and our way of life. It is young men and women for centuries that have served this nation in uniform. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and now the Space Force. Let's pay homage to those guys this morning. Because somewhere, somehow, some way, on somebody's fence line in the world, our young men and women say, not on my watch. Oh no, we'll do our best to see that nothing harms you tonight. Same way it is in our cities and towns. In Montgomery, it's our Montgomery Police Department, our fire department, our sheriff department, and our sanitation department. I know y'all don't get that, but they do. They do an awesome job. All right. Also, ALEA, Alabama Law Enforcement Agency. There are a lot of people working. Well, some of y'all just sleeping. Okay, I'm one of those that be sleeping. Unfortunately, I just don't have nothing else to do at night. Anyway, let's pay homage to all of our armed forces, our law enforcement. And one more thing. I cannot. Okay, I got to kiss up to the mayor because he is the mayor, and I might need him one of these days. So good morning, Mayor Stephen Reed, the honorable mayor of the city of Montgomery, Alabama. The first and only. We'll see what happens next. First African-American to hold such a position. And to tell you the truth, he's doing a pretty good job. We don't agree on everything, but he's doing all right. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. And last but certainly not least, their motto is Semper Fidelis, but the Marines couldn't pronounce that. So cut it short to Semper Fi. But whether it's Semper Fidelis or Semper Fi, it all means the same thing. Always, always faithful. Good morning, Jarheads. Anybody want to hear that story one more time? Hey, I'm going to tell you, before December the 31st, if I'm still alive, I'm going to tell you my last story, that story between me and the Marines, one more time, and then I'm going to put it to bed forever. Okay, I'm just saying, everybody needs to hear this. If you heard it already, one more time, we're going to hurt you. Let's take a break, and we'll come back with our audio presentation of the day. I think you'll like this one. Seriously.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindstar.
In the halls of Montezuma, in the hills of Tripoli, we will fight our countries, whatever that says. I don't remember the Army song.
After a chilly start to our day, we'll talk air temperature, maybe either way to either side of 80, thanks to a lot of sunshine and dry air. Cooling off as we head into our Monday night, upper 40s, low 50s, and Tuesday again. We'll be a little bit milder with a few clouds Tuesday ahead of our next cold front. Highs in the low and mid 80s turn into lower 80s again, but as part about this front, it actually might bring us some scattered showers, specifically late Wednesday and Wednesday night. And that's your first alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Your Monday kicks off with no major problems or accidents. Interstate systems moving smoothly into the Tri-County area. From Clanton, Albany, Greenville, no problems on Highway 80 or 14 coming in from Selma. And 231. development. Buckle up, it's the law from Montgomery Skywatch Traffic. This is major delay.
Call the tire experts at Chico's Auto Pros, where you'll get the price match guarantee and free extras like roadside assistance, local towing, and free balance and rotation. Chico's Auto Pros.
After years of waiting, Overwatch 2 is right around the corner. Developer Blizzard announced a new approach to the game's biggest problem, the players. One way Blizzard is tackling toxicity is with voice moderation. If a player is reported for voice chat toxicity, an audio recording of that player is taken from the match, and then an AI transcribes the words to text to search for disruptive language. Players, it might be time to learn to love your fellow teammates.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
She posted about it just now.
Celebrities can't get enough of Beyond's bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers. How do we monetize?
She needs a social media associate to help her with the hype.
We should repost this. Do we need a hashtag?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi, this is Tom Latham with Penny Earning Concrete Technologies. For years, you've heard me talking about our concrete projects, from stamped and patterned concrete to foundations to commercial manufacturing, driveways to commercial parking lots, even heavily invested in polished concrete for durable and inexpensive long-term service. What you may not know is we have equipment for clearing lots for construction, clearing and ridding land of scrub and underbrush. We cut roads, clear fence lines, clear pond dams, and pretty much any application where land is overgrown. We have mulchers that can grind underbrush into shreds and return it to nature for compost. Our equipment is minimally invasive, not disturbing and upturning your property where additional grading might be necessary. To clean or clear your property, call Penny Earned at 334-284-9292 and let us transform your overgrown property into a manageable and productive one. Check us out on Facebook at Transformers or call 334-284-9292.
Hey folks, this is Kathy Wolf from American Oak and More. This is your special invitation to our biggest sale of the year. For a limited time, get up to 50% off the top tax price on everything in American Oak and More's inventory and special orders. Plus, get 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's up to 50% off on living room, dining room, bedroom, home office, and outdoor. Plus, get 0% interest for up to 60 months. We are located on Highway 231 North, just south of the River Bridge. Hurry, selling soon.
Like we've been saying for almost 30 years. You don't settle for fake money, you don't settle for fake wood.
Hey folks, this is Coco.
And Captain from the Rustic Furniture Outlet at American Oak and More.
We have some great news. We're building a new warehouse.
Yes, but the bad news is we have over $1 million worth of inventory that we have to move. That's over 4,000 pieces.
So, Captain, what are you going to do?
We're going to have a huge warehouse sale. I would rather discount it and sell it than move it.
For the first time ever, we will be giving an additional discount on over 4,000 items in the Rustic Outlet.
Don't let it pass you by.
Come save big and help us get it going.
17.8 pounds. That's the average weight loss achieved in just 30 days during a recent patient study of a breakthrough weight loss program called Weightless from New Image Medical. Weightless uses a prescription-only, compounded 3-in-1 combination of medications designed to suppress appetite, remove sugar and alcohol cravings, and defeat weight loss by decreasing carbohydrate and lipid absorption while helping stabilize post-meal glucose spikes and regulating sugar levels. The result, an average weight loss of nearly 18 pounds in just 1 month. You won't find Weightless at your local name brand pharmacies, and you don't need to ask your doctor for a prescription. Just visit the exclusive home of Weightless at mynewimage.com. That's the letters NU, image.com. Use promo code DRESS to save 30%. Why wait a year to lose almost 18 pounds? Start Weightless now, and you could drop that much in a month. Start now by going to mynewimage.com and use promo code DRESS. Again, that's the letters NU, image.com, and save 30% using promo code DRESS.
He is the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on.
Okay, here we are. We are back. Now this is going to last about 15 minutes, so I had to do this kind of early. I may not get to my lessons of life, but if I shut up and try to do it, it'll come on. But this is TD Jakes, and TD Jakes does a wonderful job. You still like TD, but if you sit around and listen to him long enough, you realize there's a lot of wisdom in the things that he says. So enjoy this. It is about what is this about? Well, I'll let you hear what it's about in a second. All right. So can we get that? Okay, there we go. So we'll be back.
So when you start thinking about streams of income, think of multiple streams of income. I wanted to preach. I'm called to preach. You know me from preaching. You know me from ministering the gospel. And I love what I do. But I had dreams for my children that were bigger than what I do. I did not want my children to have to fake being me in order to be successful. I wanted to create an entrepreneurial environment for them, and so I started investing in real estate, and I started building communities, and I'm getting ready to build more communities in America, and I'm looking for other places in the world where we can build these communities, these smart communities that are conducive to the future. You do not build your business on where you are or where you've been. You build your business on where you're going. So then, if you are building for the future, then you have to reimagine your strategy. I'm going to give you a couple of big words, big words, like strategy. This is how you're going to do it. You're going to do it through a strategy. I got here through a strategy. What is a strategy? A synchronized step-by-step plan from point A to point B. Your strategy is important. You got to fix your strategy. If you've been doing what you've been doing for 5 years and it's not working, it doesn't mean you need to give up your idea. You might need to give up your strategy. Your strategy of accomplishment has to change with the times. You may not have hit your customer yet, but that doesn't mean your customer's not out there. You've got to find somebody, and let me tell you who wants what you got. The person who wants what you have is a person who sees what you have as an answer to their problem. People will go get answers. They are not looking for problems. What do you solve with what you bring? And you don't have to have a degree to do this. It could be as simple as my father's mopping a bucket. My father ended up with 52 employees in the 60s because he built a business that solved the problem. Not all of us will be doctors. Not all of us will be chemists. Not all of us will be lawyers. Not all of us will be astronauts. But the astronaut still needs a plumber. The doctor still needs an electrician. Whatever your business is, it must be an answer to somebody's problem. It must solve that problem and fix that problem. And when you do whatever you do and you find yourself maxing out at what you do is not who you are. What you do is not who you are. What you do is not who you are. People say T.D. Jakes is a preacher. First of all, he wasn't always. Second of all, T.D. Jakes is a man. He is a man called to preach. See, when people give you titles, they imprison you. If I bought into that, I wouldn't have done almost $500 million worth of films at the box office. Because I would have said, I'm a preacher, I can't do that. Don't let anybody lock you up with a title in a prison that is beneath your level of gifting. You are whatever is in you. You are whatever is inside of you. You are whatever you think about at night. You are whatever you dream. You are whatever is in your head. I want to break somebody out of jail right now. You are more than what people call you. Am I in the right place? You are more than the job title that you have. You are more than the company you work for. You are more than anything you have experienced up to this point. You are everything that gives you energy when you think about it. Find out what are the things that make you leap out of the bed in the morning. What are the things that give you energy when you think about them? Your purpose is in your passion. Your purpose is in your passion. Don't sit there and say, I don't know why I'm here. You do know why you're here. Find the thing that gives you energy when you do it. That ideas start teaming over in your head when you get in it. Find the thing that when you get into it, you're curious about it. You're attracted to it. You're drawn to it. Because whatever the anointing you respect is the anointing you receive. Oh, can I talk to you, somebody? The anointing you respect is the anointing you receive. So the person that you idolize, you probably idolize them because they're doing something that is in you. Other people ignore them. And you would walk a mile to hear them or see them or hear them sing or watch them build or hear them orate or whatever it is that they do. It's because it's in you. When I was 8 years old, I was sitting in the back of the car with my mother, and my mother was a speaker, and she went out and did public speaking. And I was sitting in the back of the car. At 8 years old, I said, right now I'm going to hear you speak. And they called me Miss Jake's son. But the time will come, you'll come to hear me speak, and they'll call you Tom Jake's mother. Instincts are inside of you, and they are never one-dimensional. You are more than your job. So if your job goes down, it doesn't mean you have to go down. While you're working for a company, never stop branding yourself.
That's true.
One of the problems that I find prevalent with millennials who, by the way, I love mentoring you above anybody. You are the best investment because you have the longest shelf life. You will outlast me, and you assure the fact that my work continues. I cannot have success without a successor. So I'm committed to you winning. Let me say that first of all. I am committed to you winning. The problem is, your strength is your weakness. You were raised with technology, which is a great strength, but it's also a great weakness. Because when you are raised with something that responds in predictable ways by touch, when you are placed in unpredictable situations, you don't do well. Because you expect people to respond like computers. They do not. People respond in unpredictable ways. And let me tell you something that you're going to have to become more proficient in. Relationships. And relationships are not text. They're not tweets. They're communication. We are designed that we read more than language. I don't have to, like a minute ago, you were doing what you were doing. I didn't know what it meant, but I felt what it meant. So communication is more than speech. It's eye language, it's body language, it's voice inflection. All of those are tools. Because when you get ready to do business, people don't just do business with ideas. People do business with people. They do business with people. And you have to understand, in building that process, it is not like building a face page. There's work to it. And one of the mistakes we made, and when I say we, I mean my generation, I mean anybody that you admire. It may not be me, it may be Diddy, it may be Diddy, it may be Oprah, it may be Tyler Perry, it may be somebody you saw, maybe Beyonce. You see us after we arrived. You didn't see us when we struggled. So when you decide, I'm going to be like him, you're coming in at the end of the movie. You missed the days I couldn't feed my kids. You missed the day that I went out in the field and gathered apples to feed my kids, or used paper towels for diapers because I couldn't buy diapers. You came in later when you saw me on TV, and you want to leap over all of those no's to get to a yes. But it is the 400 no's that lady was talking about before the yes that makes you who you are. And when you get a no, you give up and say, this must not be it. That's not true. That woman got 399 no's before she got one yes. You have to have the resolve inside of yourself to resist the temptation to believe the detractors and to continue to believe the voice within. And why is that important? It is the strength you gain from your failures that make you strong enough to stand up to your success. If I wanted to really destroy you right now, real fast, real quick, I would give you my life. right now, and all that goes with it, and all the 300 and so employees of my little company, I would give it all to you right now in a flash, and say, there, it's yours, take it. You know why that would be criminal? I didn't give you the struggle and the strife and the experience and the pain that created it. You wouldn't be able to handle it. You wouldn't be able to stand it. It would be murderous to win too soon. Let me go biblical on you. The reason the prodigal son ended up in the hog pen is not that he didn't get what was his. It was that he got what was his too soon. And there is something to be respected about process. The process, the little steps that make a mile. It is not the destination. It is the things you learn along the way. It is the people who beguiled you, tricked you, that make you wiser. Wisdom is made out of the stupid things you did before you got it. Don't miss it. That process is invaluable to you getting there. Does that mean that you have to be my age before you get there? Absolutely not. But it does mean that you don't go from thinking a thought to producing an idea without pain no more than a woman goes from having sex to getting up in the morning with a baby in her arms. The gestation period is critical. Gestation creates formation. They teach CEOs to always be interviewing. And when I learned that, every time I have lunch or eat with somebody or meet somebody at the bus stop or ride in a car with somebody, I'm always asking questions. They don't know, but I'm secretly interviewing them, seeing if they have a skill that I can use in our company or on our team, or if they have some ability that would accentuate me. Because I always want to surround myself with people who are good at what I am not good at. I guarantee you, if I look into your phone is filled with names of people who do what you do. You gotta break out of the box of only hanging out with people who do what you do. Because if you only surround yourself with people who do what you do, inevitably they will compete with you. But if you surround yourself with people who are good at what you're not good at, they will complete you. Go from surrounding yourself with people who compete with you to surrounding yourself with people who complete you. So the lawyer needs to hang out with the doctor, and the doctor needs to hang out with the dentist, and the CEO needs to hang out with the preacher, because I always get excited when I have a friend that doesn't do what I do. When I have a friend who does what I do, I have to put up with these little slide remarks, little funny little halfway compliments where they're a little bit of a hater, but they're not really a hater, but they're sort of a hater. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Where they give you these little halfway compliments that you don't know how to take, and you sort of give them a half grin, and you walk away wondering, what did they mean by that? Put those people at the back of the list and find somebody who does what you don't do, because they will complete you, they will fulfill you, they will strengthen you, and they will make you more rounded. And they will give you different perspectives if you have the courage to admit what you're not good at. You will find out who to pick to surround yourself with.
Well,
I want to hire my weaknesses, not my strengths. Because when you hire your strengths, they're just waiting on you to get sick so they can take your job. Hire your weaknesses. Surround yourself with people who complete your vision, and then build your team.
I hope you enjoyed that. That is a fantastic bit of advice and counsel. Find people who complete you, not compete with you. What an interesting segment. Good morning to you. Hope today finds you well. It is 6:52 in the morning. It's about 8 minutes to the hour, so if nothing else, I can get to part of my my thingamajigger here. I don't know the word thingamajigger means. I've been using it a long time. I don't know exactly what it means. I think thingamajigger is something that you don't know the name of it, but you use it. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. My mother must have gave me that thing. I don't know where that word came from. I wonder if that even in there. I don't even know if that's even in the dictionary. Thingamajigger. Anyway, I use it a lot. Good morning to you. Um, First of all, good morning. Secondly, it is time for word of the day. Word of the day. Now, this is an interesting word. Now, I used to hear lawyers say this, and I never really understood what it meant because, thank God, I've never been in court uh, that many times. I mean, I've been in front of the man once or twice. I mean, kind of hard to get out of life and not be in front of the man when you do stupid things. So anyway, but the word is proffer. How it is pronounced is proffer. 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 And what does it mean? It means it is a formal word meaning to present something for acceptance. In other words, if you're going to do a plea bargain, the lawyer has to proffer that to, I guess, the judge or the district attorney or somebody like that. It again, proffer, proffer, is a formal word meaning to present something for acceptance. So, in other words, you didn't do the homework, but you did a little extra in something else. Now it's up to you to proffer that to your teacher, okay, to the professor or somebody like that, and they don't have to take it, but you can at least put it up there, okay. You can at least put it up there, okay. I'm just saying. So the word of the day is proffer. It is a formal word meaning to present something for acceptance. So go your way to it there and use that as many times as you can. Now, lessons of life. Lessons of life are things that you learn by living. You can't learn them any other way. You just have to live. You can hear about it, but you don't learn it. It's like running a mile. You can see 100 people run a mile. You still won't know what it's like until you run it yourself. I'm just saying. So this is what this is, okay? If you don't leave your past in the past, it will destroy your future. Live for what today has to offer. And this is important, not for what yesterday has taken away. Okay? I'm just saying you might want to think about that for a second. If you don't leave your past in the past, it will destroy any future you may have. Live for today. Live for what today has to offer, not for what yesterday has taken away. That is the lessons of life today. You cannot undo the past. You can't. You can try. You can cry. You can whine, complain. You cannot undo yesterday. But what you can do, hopefully, today is affect tomorrow. That is the lessons of life for today. It is Monday morning, October the 10th. It is the 283rd day of this year. There are 82 days left in the year. It was on this day in 2001, U.S. jets pounded the Afghan capital of Kabul. President George W. Bush unveiled a list of 22 most wanted terrorists, including Osama bin Laden. Also on this day, in 1845, the U.S. Naval Academy was established in Annapolis, Maryland. Still say the Navy's got the best looking uniforms than anybody. Should have got. I could have joined the Navy, I guess. That was just too much water. 1913, the Panama Canal was effectively completed as President Woodrow Wilson sent a signal from the White House by telegraph, setting off explosive that destroyed the section of the Gamboa Dike. In 1938, Nazi Germany completed its annexation of Czechoslovakia, at least parts of Czechoslovakia. In 1943, Chiang Kai-shek took the oath of office as president of China. In 1957, besides me being born, President Dwight David Eisenhower apologized to the finance minister of Ghana, Kamal Abdul, some other name like that, after the official was refused seating in a Howard Johnson's restaurant near Dover, Delaware. 1962, President John F. Kennedy, responding to the birth defect crisis, signed an amendment in the into the Federal Food and Drug Cosmetic Act, requiring pharmaceutical companies to prove that their products were safe and effective, prior to marketing. 1964, the first Summer Olympics held in Asia were opened in Tokyo by Japanese Emperor Hirohito. Entertainer Eddie Cantor, 72, died in Beverly Hills, California. 1967 was the year the Outer Space Treaty prohibiting the planning, the placing of weapons of mass destruction on the moon or elsewhere in space entered into force. 1973, Spiro T. Agnew, accused of accepting bribes, pleaded no contest to one count of federal income tax evasion and resigned his office. In 1985, as it were, U.S. fighter jets forced Egyptian plane carrying the hijackers of the Italian cruise ship Achille Lauro to land into Italy, where the gunmen were taken into custody. Actor director Orson Welles died at the age of 70. Actor Yul Brynner died in New York at the age of 65. In 1997, the international campaign to ban landmines and its coordinator Jody Williams were named winners of the Nobel Peace Prize. And that's some of the things. That's some of the things that have happened on this day in history. It's not everything, because history is everything any man, woman, and child has seen, felt, or done. So I really am giving you just a little bit of that this morning. All right, then. Well, enough of that. So you guys hang loose, and hopefully we'll be back in a little bit to talk about things of significance or not so significant. We'll be back.
1440.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening on this Monday. Hurricane Ian is now officially the deadliest storm in Florida in nearly 90 years. 133 people are dead, 128 of them are from the state of Florida. Thousands of people are still without power in places like Sanibel Island and Pine Island have been region for several days. Gas prices are now on the rise. Current average in Alabama is $3.37 a gallon regular. That's up 2 cents since yesterday, up 17 cents from 20 days ago. National average is currently $1.91 a gallon. Facebook's owner Meta is wanting to say Americans have their own companies reaching out to people who may have been impacted. Hundreds of apps for Android and Apple smart devices are paused, often asking users to access to log in with Facebook, which enables hackers to steal their logins or passwords. That's your news on this Monday morning. I'm Jed Davis, WSFA 12 News.
WLWI-AM is News Radio 1440, also heard on 95.1 HD3 FM in Montgomery, a Cumulus media station. This is the CBS World News Roundup, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Missile strikes and explosions across Ukraine today. Police report at least 10 people were killed in Kyiv. Vladimir Putin says it's retaliation for Saturday's bombing that damaged a bridge between Russia and Crimea. Correspondent Charlie Daggett reports from Ukraine.
Thunderous explosions shook the heart of the Ukrainian capital this morning, right in the middle of rush hour, leaving streets near the central Maidan Square in flames. This was purely punitive, meant to strike terror in densely populated urban neighborhoods close to government buildings, even hitting a children's playground.
The U.S. Embassy in Ukraine has issued a security alert for Americans there. CBS's Cami McCormick.
This alert advises Americans to seek cover if they hear loud explosions, move away from windows and to lower floors, and be aware of falling debris. The embassy says Russia's strikes continue to pose a threat to civilians and civilian infrastructure.
North Korea says its recent barrage of missile launches simulated use of battlefield nuclear weapons to hit and wipe out potential U.S. and South Korean targets. Daniel Pinkston is a lecturer at Troy University in Seoul.
They were trying to take advantage of this opportunity for the trained military units, also for the command and control and communications, all of that. I think also for their tracking and targeting.
Republican Senator Tommy Tuberville is under fire for what critics call overtly racist remarks aimed at Democrats during a rally in Nevada with former President Trump.
They want reparation because they think the people that do the crime are owed that. They are not owed that.
Protesters in L.A. are hoping to oust the president of the city council. Nuri Martinez under fire after she mocked indigenous immigrants and the black child of a fellow council member in a private conversation that was later leaked.
It's just blatantly disrespectful, and it's honestly just evil. So that's why we're out here, because we want to let her know that she will not be sitting there for much longer, and we will get her out of office.
A horror film repeats as the weekend's box office topper.
Smiling at me.
Smile sold $17 million worth of tickets. It beat out the kids' movie Lyle Lyle Crocodile and the star-studded mystery Amsterdam, which brought in a measly $6.5 million. S&P futures are down 6. Dow futures off 16. This is CBS News.
This hour's newscast is presented by Rocket Mortgage. Need to know what it takes for a home loan to fit your budget and your family? Rocket can.
Did you know there's a conservative advocacy and benefits organization with over 2 million members and counting? It's AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens. Here are 3 reasons why you should consider joining AMAC right now. First, AMAC saves you money. From discounts on travel and lodging, cell phones and plans, access to insurance products, and more. Joining AMAC is a powerful tool against inflation. Second, with a bi-monthly magazine, daily website content, podcasts with America's thought leaders, and an app that delivers insightful coverage of the issues that matter most, AMAC is a trusted source of information. And third, the reason that people say is their favorite is that AMAC fights for your conservative values on Capitol Hill. With more than 2 million members, AMAC is a voice that cannot be ignored, working tirelessly to preserve the freedom secured by our Constitution. Go to amac.us/liberty and join today. That's amac.us/liberty. amac.us/liberty.
Wendy's has rehired an ex-employee with Down syndrome.
Dennis Peak had been working at that fast food restaurant in Stanley, North Carolina for more than 2 decades when his boss fired him last week because he wasn't, quote, able to do his job like a normal person. Peak's sister wrote about it on Facebook and said her family was thinking about throwing Dennis a party and telling him he was retiring since her special needs brother wouldn't understand what it meant to be fired. Her post went viral, and now the California Restaurant Group, which owns that Wendy's, has apologized, calling the incident an unfortunate mistake. They want Dennis to come back to work this week. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
He staged daring acts, and he's done his own stunts. Now Tom Cruise reportedly wants to shoot a movie that's out of this world in space, teaming up with a director on a pitch that'll take him to the International Space Station. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
HGTV is launching a new series on Tuesday, October 11th at 8, 7 Central, called The Renovator. Host Marcus Lemonis is well known for his hit series, The Prophet.
I'm Marcus Lemonis, and for years, people have known me as somebody who works on improving businesses. But in reality, I work on improving people. Now, I'll use my own life experiences and my passion for design to create a stronger foundation for their home and their family.
On his new series, The Renovator, Marcus will not only be improving homes, but the people as well. Each week, he will introduce viewers to a new couple or family that is facing a major challenge with their home and their relationship. Through better communication, couples will renovate how they think of each other and the home they live in. Move a wall, change an attitude. Tune in to The Renovator this Tuesday, October 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on HGTV. Or set your DVR. Also available on Discovery Plus.
You have property that needs managing, but you're unsure which tractor and implements you need? Come see us at Sun South, where you'll find quality John Deere equipment.
Gotta be there.
And right now at Sun South, you can drive off in a brand new John Deere with 0% interest on popular models, including 1 Series, 3 Series, and even 5 Series tractors. For all of your equipment needs, come see us at Sun South. Equipment for those that do.
Restrictions apply. See dealer for
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm back. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Hope that they find you well. You know, I have to, it's Monday morning, so I have to play this one song because I'm just saying. Okay, here we go. We won a game. Okay, I know this is not the sports show, but you know, I'm from South Bend, so what can I tell you? Every time Notre Dame wins one, I got to celebrate. Used to be, it was like kind of like, used to be Notre Dame used to be like Alabama. You know, I mean, you know, you just knew they was going to win. Okay, but that's not true anymore. I mean, you know, you take the wins you can get these days because it's difficult at times to get a win. I'm just saying. You know, they're just so when Notre Dame wins, you know, that just kind of you know, I'm just saying that just kind of that's a reason to celebrate. Okay, a reason to celebrate because Notre Dame is one hell of a school. Okay, and as a matter of fact, I know one person in my government went to Notre Dame. That's Father Emmanuel over at the Resurrection Catholic Church. So I know he went. I know he went. Okay. Matter of fact, he was there when I was living at home. Yeah. Okay, I went to Notre Dame too. I went probably every morning headed to high school. Yeah, every morning. Yeah, John Adams Eagles. That's right. If you're from South Bend, you know where that is. John Adams. We walk right down the street, down Notre Dame Boulevard, and bam, to Twickenham. You know, just in case anybody. Okay, well, if you've never been there, you don't really care. I went home when I went home to see my sister. My high school looks gigantic. I mean, compared to some of the schools here, I mean, it looks like a college campus. Wow. Uh, I guess when you go there, you know, you say, rarely do we appreciate what we have until we go someplace else. You know, I'm just saying. Yeah, I never knew Notre Dame was such a famous college. You know, I mean, I heard of Newt Rockney, but I didn't pay much attention. You know, couldn't. Matter of fact, I don't even know if I could pronounce his name. Anyway, good morning to you. You don't want to hear that this morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? You know, TD Jakes brought up something I want to talk about for a second here because it is. He said you're not he said something that I say all the time about young people, and I would imagine that I had the same problems coming up. You know, every young person has the same problem coming up. What we see is the product, but what we don't see is the process. And so everybody wants to be successful just because they come up with a business card or they got an idea. You know, TD Jakes said, well, it's not necessarily that your idea is wrong. It is your strategy that's wrong. So if you were going to encourage someone to go into business for themselves, what is one of the first things you would tell them? I mean, if you're a business guy, 860-1440, if you can get it, I would, if because there are a lot of people who think that just going into business for themselves, all you got to do is go downtown, get a business license, and buddy, and here's another thing. I would tell you one thing that you cannot, if you're going to go in business for yourself, the one thing that you cannot do is expect customers. You can't expect people to run to your door because the door is open. That's not the way it works. You have to find your niche. You have to find your customer. You have to make sure you give them something that they can't get anyplace else. Okay. If you're going to have spaghetti and if you're going to open up a restaurant, they got a lot of restaurants in town. What makes your restaurant any better than anybody else's? What makes your spaghetti better and the meatballs better than the guy up the street? What makes just because you sell spaghetti and meatballs doesn't mean that people are going to come to your restaurant. That doesn't mean anything. And if you think that all of a sudden, if you advertise one day, that all of a sudden that's going to drive 10,000 people to your door, I'm sorry. That's just not the way business works. Okay. So if you're going to tell people, if you've been thinking about going into business for yourself, if you want to be an entrepreneur, I mean, I love people when they use that word. I mean, when they use that word, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. Okay, so what are you going to manure? You know, what are you going to do? What does that mean? You're going to be an entrepreneur. What skills do you bring to the table? What do you know how to do? What are you an expert in? I mean, you just can't be an entrepreneur because you want to be one. You got to bring something to the table. You got to have a skill set of doing something. Now, today, entrepreneurs are sitting on every corner. They think they are anyway. And their only skill set is knocking on my window for $1. Okay? I'm sorry. That's not entrepreneurship. Okay, that's begging. Okay, but some people do that for a living, and I would imagine there's some people that are so good at they can call it a business. Okay, but I have stopped giving people money at the corner. I'm just not going to do it anymore. But anyway, so let's talk about business this morning. The mayor's always and lately he's talking about business. He's talking about making trying to level the playing field. Well, there's one thing that you cannot level the playing field at. You cannot level the playing field unless it's there, and that's excellence. Whatever business you go into, you need to be the best at what you do. Okay, I'm sure you don't get a pass because you were born poor. You don't get a pass because you was born on the rough side of town. Nobody cares. Okay. The only thing that gives you a pass is when preparation meets opportunity. They call that luck, but it's really not luck. But when preparation meets opportunity, that's when you call it luck. There's nothing lucky about a business. You have to bring something to the table, like TD Jake was saying this morning. And being a person who is semi self-employed for years in this city, I can tell you some things about that. Okay. I mean, it is a. So what would you tell people? Come on now. I know it ain't race, it ain't none of that stuff like that. But if you're a businessman for you, what would you tell people? What are some of the things you've learned along the way that you've started your own business? I don't care what kind of business it is, because any type of business that's successful that brings you income is doing it's okay. I don't care what it is. Okay, so shoplifting. Although there are some professional shoplifters, but unfortunately they'll end up going to jail at some point. But some of them are really good at what they do. But that I won't call that entrepreneurial. Okay, I won't do that. So I'm trying to because the mayor is always talking about a business and basically you need businesses. You need businesses. You need businesses to grow your economy. You need businesses to give people opportunity. You need businesses mean a lot. So what would you tell people this morning about starting a business? You can't start a business just because you think about it. There are certain elements that must be in your repertoire in order to start a business. Being a doctor, being a lawyer, those are businesses. And are you equipped to do those jobs? I mean, those are businesses. Nobody wants to be a doctor so they can be poor. Nobody wants to be a lawyer so they can be poor. They do this because that's their business. And there are some that make $30,000 and there are some that make $300,000. So what's the difference? I couldn't tell you. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning, sir. Yeah, I know. Amen to that. Right. And by the time you figure out this is something that you don't really want to do, your money's already spent. Yeah. Right. Because that's why they called you. If they right. Yeah, I do. I love them. They make you think. It's a problem solving issue, just like life. And you can either sit there and look at it, or you can solve the problem. Like TD Jake said, people come to you because you have something that they need or want. So they don't know your story. I was, I was too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have been. Oh well, Yeah. I was thrown out of more buildings in Montgomery than I cared to. I cared to tell anybody. Good morning. Who's this? Hello. Okay, not. Good morning. Who's this? Yes, doing fine. And remember, I told you, I don't want 20 questions. This is for you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All righty then. First of all, let me tell you about our sponsor of our show, JL Lane Truck and Auto. JL Lane Truck and Auto. They have online inventory. You can go to the website right now, jlanetruckandauto.com. You want a pre-loved car, a car that's been taken care, been used but not used up. You might want to go check those guys out. 272-4313, 272-4313. Now, all the cars in their inventory, which you can look at it online, jlanetruckandauto.com. They got a couple of cars here right now that if Z was 17 right now, I'd go get him one. But I'm not going to do that till he turns 17. Online inventory, you can buy there, you can pay there. You don't have to kiss the ring of the Experian or any of those credit organizations. They'll sit down with you, they'll talk to you, and if you guys reach an agreement, they'll keep their word, you keep your word, and they don't care about your past, they care about your future and your present. Okay, so if you're tired of walking, all right, and you want to trade those heels in for some wheels, then you can do that. Every car in that inventory has undergone rigorous inspection and vigorous inspections process. So if you're ready to ride and you want a second chance, because life happens, and sometimes it happens whether we want it to or not. Okay, you can go over to 208 Gun Road, or again, you can call them 272-4313, 272-4313, and if they don't have what you're looking for, I think you can ask for Steve, and I believe he can find it for you, or he'll do his best to find it for you either way. Anyway, so remember, you can buy there, you can pay there, okay? And all the cars are really great cars. So go to the website, jlanetruckandauto.com. All right, let's take a break, and we'll be back uno momento, because I'm just that kind of guy. Okay, so y'all hang loose. And I'm trying to talk about some little deal. We'll get back to the regular politics thing later on. But TD Jakes hit me this one. I had a bunch of things written down, but about business. And every politician, everybody knows that you're not successful. Your city's not successful unless you have profitable businesses, because they're the ones who pay the majority. They don't pay the majority of taxes. They're the ones who deliver the majority of taxes to our city and do revenue, collect the revenue for our cities. All right. So how do we do it? What advice would you give someone, if you're a business person yourself, regardless of what type of business it is, whether it's a lawn care business, plumbing business, whatever kind of business it is, what would you tell people? Well, first of all, I tell them that you got to do more than want it. You got to be passionate about it. Whatever it is, you must pick something that you do for free if you had to. We'll be back.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Print and Marketing Services help small businesses create bold signs to make big impressions. Right now, get $10 off custom printed signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. Offer ends 12/31. Visit staples.com/thisisyoursign for details. This is your sign to print big at Staples.
After a chilly start to our day, we'll talk air temperatures making their way to either side of 80 thanks to a lot of sunshine and dry air. Cooling off as we head into our Monday night. Upper 40s, low 50s anticipated again. It's going to be a little bit milder with a few clouds Tuesday ahead of our next cold front. Highs in the low and mid 80s turn into lower 80s again, but the part about this front, it actually might bring us some scattered showers, specifically late Wednesday and Wednesday night. And that's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. So far, so good. Still no major problems or accidents. Nothing's been reported by the authorities to send you on an alternate route. Schools are closed today. It's fair day. Traffic is light. Keep listening, and we will keep you posted because accidents don't take holidays. Learn to be a heavy equipment operator in Trenton State. Registration is now open. Get trained and hired fast. Trenton State, skills for success. Traffic is a major delay.
Talk tires with Montgomery's #1 tire store, Chico's Auto Pros. Chico's has you covered with Chico's Auto Pros price match guarantee and 0 down options.
$25,000 up for grabs.
Awesome, thank you.
Do you want it? Sorry, rhetorical question. Of course you do. It's the 25K Workday Payday. More info at newsradio1440.com.
You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but what about the nose? People try Navage for lots of reasons. Sinusitis, colds, allergies, snoring, things that make it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better. Over 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying, best product I've ever used, and amazing, I love my Navage. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less, but the biggest payoff is improved health. Navage is good personal hygiene and can help you stay healthy. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Half of Alabama residents use a septic tank. Are you one of them? Septic tanks are used where municipal sewers are not available, and maintenance is important. Failing septic tank systems can endanger your family, pollute the environment, and be expensive to repair. So know the warning signs. Wet spots in your yard, slow draining toilets or drains, gurgling sounds in drains, and sewage odors. You can prevent your cistern from failing by having your tank pumped every 3 to 5 years. Keep a separate container for grease and dispose of it properly. Use detergents low in phosphate and spread laundry loads over several days as to not overload the system with too much water. You need a permit before installing a new system or before repairing an existing one. Your local health department has a copy of the septic tank system permit that indicates the location of your system and the size of the tank.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris. For more information, visit our website, www.alabamapublichealth.gov.
Rabies is a viral disease that can infect all mammals, including humans. This is State Public Health Veterinarian Dr. D. Jones. Protect yourself, your family, and your pet, not just by staying away from wild animals that often carry the virus, but also by getting your pets vaccinated. Raccoons and bats are the most common carriers of the rabies virus. The first reaction may be to approach a strange acting or injured animal, but oftentimes people are bitten or scratched while trying to help these animals. The best approach may be to contact your local animal control officers. If you are bitten or scratched by an animal, you should seek medical attention immediately. Although rabies is 100% fatal, it is also 100% preventable.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris. For more information, visit our website, www.alabamapublichealth.gov.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Okay, alrighty then. Good morning. And the reason why this subject came up this morning, I'm going to continue with the subject. The reason why this subject came up this morning because last week Montgomery's leader, we're always drawing up a plan for a new development, a new downtown, in which I'm not necessarily against that plan either. But I do believe that somewhere along the line, you have to figure out how to become part of that process. We always coming to the table late. So what we need to do is, somebody once said, you either at the table or you're on the menu. And look at what's possible downtown. What's needed downtown? You might know what's really needed downtown. Okay, I mean, think about it for a second. What do we need downtown? Okay, me personally, we got a lot of restaurants, but okay, if you got something that's good, that's unique, that is different than everybody else has, fine. I don't know if Escapeology is still downtown or not, but it was kind of a unique. It is, or it kind of, I don't really know if they're down because I never really been down. I walked in there one time a couple of years ago. But what's needed downtown, and should the business mirror the community, or should it mirror the people that they want to bring to the community? Now we are a military town, at least somewhat. It's not like an army town, but okay, it's an Air Force town. And so therefore we have people that come to Montgomery from all different walks of life, all different places. We got young folks, we got folks from other nations come here to partake of the Air War College. We got a lot of things to do. I mean, there ought to be a multi selection for these people to come in. And again, I'm all for the park they're building out there on whatever that thing is, the water park, whatever they are. I mean, personally, I'm not really, too much water for me. I didn't like when I was on the ship in Pearl Harbor. But however, so what do we need to do? It's too late once the businesses have come, and it's too late to whine and cry about what we don't have. If you're not, you're either at the table or you're on the menu. And don't people getting tired of being at the menu? And which is one of the reasons why the whole political spectrum that's going on around us now, all of these. Now, I want you guys to think about this. I want you to think about this 1 second. Think about this 1 second. They sent Arbor money to Montgomery, Alabama. They sent other money to Montgomery, Alabama. Across this nation, the federal government wrote checks to every community almost via the state in this country. We gave away billions of dollars. Okay, billions. What you doing for us? I mean, think about it for a second. What you doing for us? As a matter of fact, I have not heard yet of one significant project that's going to, even though they keep having meeting after meeting after meeting, I have not heard of one significant thing that they're going to do with the money. But they keep having meetings about it. Oh, we got a whole bunch of meetings. Good morning. Yes. Hmm. I believe that was, I think 9 million or $6 million. Yeah, somewhere like that. Hmm. Well, I'm not scared, but it doesn't. What good does it do to call them out? I mean, I mean, they know who they are. They, yeah. So, mm. Well, again, I don't see the fight. You can't get all everything you want. Well, I got some more calls, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Again, Dave. Hey, appreciate it. I do not know. Good morning. Yes. Good morning. And I tell you something. Years ago, they had a big old plan called Envision 2020. Now the plan is called now it's called Montgomery 2040. Now listen, I'm still trying to figure out what the hell happened to 2020. And that's the word on a piece of paper. Yeah, yeah. So I don't know unless they implement it. Yeah. Mm. Oh, oh, sorry about that. Hey, well, I didn't mean. Okay. Well, it's time for me to go to break anyway. Hey, sorry about that, Brendan. That was an accident. But I got you. I got your message there, though. And again, we had Envision 2020. Certain parts of town. Miss Daisy's always talking about her part of town. How it's fledgling. It's been devastated by our economy. We were talking about West Montgomery. Matter of fact, it's my understanding that one of West Montgomery's most prolific citizens is moving out east. Now, I just what I heard. I don't know if it's true. I ain't gonna call the name, but can I blame them? No. If the city's gonna keep, I mean, one of the West Montgomery's most prolific citizens. Um, uh, is moving. Now that's what I hear. Now he'll have to call and tell me if that's true or not. I heard the rumor, and if this guy gives up, then something's certainly wrong. But I don't know. But we've been hearing Envision 2020 came and gone. It's almost 2030 now. We headed that way, and we're still having the same conversation. And this came. I had a bunch of other things to talk about today, but TD Jakes sort of got me. We're talking about entrepreneurial spirit, things like what would you tell people who want to start a new business? First of all, the first thing you tell them, uh, have a skill. Okay, don't go into business because you think it's something that you would like to do. Go into business in something that you know you can do. And that's what I'm saying. And we got to take a break. We'll be back. Uno momento. I know it's a little different conversation, but I just get tired of all the meetings that we have. when it comes to businesses and people. This city, I have been here since 1991. And I got to tell you, there's certain places that have gotten worse. And here's a question I ask people: do places get worse because people feel as though they are ignored? They look out the window, and all they see is crime. They see the streets. Are not their part of town is not necessarily looked out after. Or is that the reason why things get worse? I don't have the answer to that. It's an amazing thing. We have 7 universities represented in Montgomery, Alabama. 7 of them, if not more. I know about 7. 7 university entities represented in the city of Montgomery. And here's the question I ask: does Montgomery benefit from all that intellectual knowledge? So that's my question. I mean, we have, for a small town, we really are inundated with institutions of education that don't seem to benefit the city of Montgomery, either through council or attribution. I don't know. Are we the benefactors of all that knowledge that represented here in Montgomery? Where's Harvard located? I bet their society, their community, are Yale or Princeton or Stanford. I bet those communities are benefit. If for nothing else, they have the receptacle of knowledge there that you can go into. Okay. But anyway, that's just my thinking. So are we benefactors of all this knowledge, or are we just taking up space to train people to go other places? Interesting. We'll be back.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Staples Stores. Recycle your old technology free during Staples Free Tech Take Back. Items like old modems, mice, and mobile phones, or cables, calculators, and camcorders. Staples Rewards members get $5 back in rewards. Exclusions apply. Limit 1 reward per month. Visit staples.com/recycling. Recycle at Staples.
After a chilly start to our day, we'll talk air temperatures making their way to either side of 80 thanks to a lot of sunshine and dry air. Cooling off as we head into our Monday night. Upper 40s, low 50s anticipated again. Could be a little bit milder with a few clouds Tuesday ahead of our next cold front. Highs in the low and mid 80s turn into lower 80s again, but as part about this front, it actually might bring us some scattered showers, specifically late Wednesday and Wednesday night. And that's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. So far, so good. No major problems or accidents are being reported by the authorities. Looking at your traffic flow maps, no slowdowns. It's all good. You keep listening, and we will keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. Front Porch Grill can cater any event you have. Plus, they've got food trucks for events. And if you really want to go all out, ask about the Barbecue Starship. It's a huge portable barbecue that can feed over 1,000 people. Front Porch Grill in Millbrook. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Call the tire experts at Chico's Auto Pros, where you'll get the price match guarantee and free extras like roadside assistance, local towing, and free balance and rotation. Chico's Auto Pros.
Hi, this is Tom Latham with Pinion and Concrete Technologies. For years, you've heard me talking about our concrete projects, from stamped and patterned concrete to foundations to commercial manufacturing, driveways to commercial parking lots, even heavily invested in polished concrete for durable and inexpensive long-term service. What you may not know is we have equipment for clearing lots for construction, clearing and ridding land of scrub and underbrush. We cut roads, clear fence lines, clear pond dams, and pretty much any application where land is overgrown. We have mulchers that can grind underbrush into shreds and return it to nature for compost. Our equipment is minimally invasive, not disturbing and upturning your property where additional grading might be necessary. To clean or clear your property, call Penny Earned at 334-284-9292 and let us transform your overgrown property into a manageable and productive one. Check us out on Facebook at Transformers or call 334-284-9292.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lamre Pelusi with today's Tip for Kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Getting ready for a new baby is a busy time. An important decision is how you will feed your baby. Breastfeeding will give your baby the best start in life. Breast milk is easy to digest and it has all the nutrients your baby needs. Breast milk protects babies from diseases and infections, and the close physical contact creates a special bond. If you have questions about breastfeeding, talk with your pediatrician and visit healthychildren.org.
Hey, is that a faucet running?
Nope, that's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest.
It is?
Yeah, forest rivers provide over 100 million people clean water to drink. The water comes straight from the forest to us. In fact.
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe.
How do trees clean the air?
They soak up the dirty air on their leaves, branches, and trunks, which means clean air for us.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yep, but the forest does more than give us clean air and water. It gives us shade for hot days, birds to listen to, and trees to climb.
Wow, that's awesome. I didn't know how cool the forest could be. Hey, let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hi, everybody. I'm Vicki Gunvalson. You probably know me as the OG of the OC.
Very special guest, Vicki Gunvalson.
Believe me, I'm a lot more than just a real housewife. And now I'm tackling a whole new territory with my very own podcast. It's called Whoop It Up with Vicki. And I'm talking about my life as a real housewife in front of the camera and behind the scenes. Subscribe to Whoop It Up with Vicki so you don't miss a thing.
From the Westwood One Podcast Network, where the conversation starts.
Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
The time on the clock says 7:49 this morning. It is a Monday morning. We're talking about entrepreneurialism. City of Montgomery, every couple of years, of course, when there's an election coming up, we always talk about doing new things for Montgomery. And again, downtown has been pretty much taken care of for the most part, but there are other parts of town. You know, we got a four-legged table here, and we got three legs doing okay, but one leg is like, you know, we keep putting bandages on it, but we really never fix it. 860-1440 is the number here. Good money on there. Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. let me ask you, Carla. Let me ask you a question. I believe that I really believe that the quote unquote some leaders in this city, they don't think we have the IQ as citizens to understand when we're being shafted. I think I don't think they I think they believe that we are okay where we are. As a matter of fact, I heard one politician say, I won't even call nobody's name, that he said those ends don't need nothing. And this was a leader, that was in office, a black leader. And I'm saying to myself, do they not believe we have the intellectual properties in order to understand that we're being screwed? Well, and you're absolutely true. And it goes back to what I was saying last week. This two-party system, this Republican and Democrat system, we don't have a say in who gets elected because they decide who is selected for us. Okay. And that's why it's always the same group of people that's running and winning because the Montgomeryans really don't pick their leaders. These two parties do. And then they let us pick from the people that they pick. So, yeah, right. Yeah. Well, well, that's true. Yeah. Uh, it's good. But this is why you can't have the people who benefit from it change it. Right, right, right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, 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 yeah. I gotta go. Time's up. I'm sorry for those folks holding on, but we gotta go. We'll be back. We got one more hour though. We'll be back.
FA 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
morning. I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening on this Monday. Hurricane Ian is now officially the deadliest storm to hit Florida in nearly 90 years. 133 people are dead. 128 of them are from the state of Florida. Thousands of people are still without power. And places like Sanibel Island and Pine Island have been unreachable for several days. Gas prices are now on the rise. The current average in Alabama is $3.37 a gallon for regular. That's up 2 cents since yesterday, up 17 cents from 1 week ago. The national average is currently $3.91 a gallon. Facebook's owner Meta is warning that as many as 1 million users may have had their login information stolen. The company is reaching out to those people who may have been impacted.
Cliche.
Hundreds of apps for Android and Apple smart devices are the cause. Often Apple users are asked to log in with Facebook, which enables hackers to steal their logins and passwords. That's your news on this Monday morning. I'm Jed Davis, with WSFA 12 News.
News Radio 1440 is WLWI AM and 95.1 HD3 FM of Montgomery, a Cumulus media station. This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Air raid sirens sounding out in Kyiv for the second time today after Russian missile strikes killed at least 11 people and injured 64 across Ukraine. Vladimir Putin says it's retaliation for Saturday's explosion that damaged a bridge between Russia and Crimea. Kyiv Mayor Vitaly Klitschko.
So-called free world must help us Ukrainians, continue to help us Ukrainians to stop this genocide of the Ukrainian population.
Correspondent Charlie D'Agata reports from Zaporizhia.
Attacks inside Kyiv itself have been rare, certainly in the past few months. But now it's just a reminder that this entire country is not only at war with Russia, but no area in this country is out of reach.
Secret audio has surfaced here in the U.S. that was recorded by a Capitol police officer, Michael Fanone, who was injured during the January 6th riot. It's from a meeting with Republican lawmakers after the attack.
Lindsey Graham happened to be present at this one meeting. He did kind of fly off the handle and say that he gave us guns and that we should have shot all these protesters in the head.
Officer Fanone on CBS Mornings. Harvey Weinstein goes on trial in L.A. today. Here's CBS's Anne-Marie Green.
The 70-year-old former movie mogul faces a possible life sentence on rape and sexual assault charges involving 5 women between 2004 and 2013. He's pleaded not guilty.
Weinstein is already serving 23 years in New York after he was convicted there on a series of sex crimes. Health officials are warning it's going to be an early and long flu season. CBS News contributor Dr. Celine Gounder tells CBS Mornings.
I have flu patients in the hospital right now. So we are seeing flu transmission in the community. It's just getting started. So don't wait, get your flu shot now.
Meta says as many as 1 million Facebook users may have had their login information stolen during a hack that disguised Android and Apple apps as games. CNET's Ian Scher.
If you do get an alert from Facebook, you're one of the 1 million people who may have been caught up in this. A good thing to do would be to change your password. And if you're up to doing it, making sure you have a different password for every website you go to.
Scam asked users to log in with Facebook. Former Federal Reserve Chair Ben Bernanke is one of 3 Americans awarded the Nobel Prize in Economics today.
The theory says that banks can be tremendously useful, but they are only guaranteed to be stable if they're properly regulated.
Bernanke led the Fed during the 2008 financial crisis. Dow futures up 105. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 866-88-BIBLE. That's 866-88-BIBLE. 866-88-BIBLE.
When it comes to the safest drivers, new data show women win. The finding that male drivers in Britain are almost 3 times more likely than women to kill or seriously injure pedestrians mirrors wider studies that show men far more prone to violence than women. As one road safety campaigner puts it, cars are killing machines, and we need to better educate our sons, partners, and brothers to prioritize safety. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London. Dolphins quarterback Teddy Bridgewater left yesterday's game with head and elbow injuries a week and a half after a teammate's concussion stunned the league. CBS's Danya Backus.
The NFL and Players Union updated the protocol after reviewing the response to Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa's injury 2 weeks ago when he banged his head on the field and was unable to walk.
Bridgewater backup for Tagovailoa, who did not travel with the team for yesterday's game. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
The 25K Workday Payday. Here's your national keyword to win $100. Text DIME, D-I-M-E, DIME, to 95819.
I never won anything to radio before. Wow.
Standard messaging rates apply. Don't text and drive. We'll text back to confirm your entry. If you win, you'll be qualified to win the grand prize of $25,000. It's the 25K Workday Payday on News Radio 1440.
We expect our information in real time. U.S. Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. U.S. Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 800-730-8405 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check. As easy as, that's 800-730-8405.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Being here with Just Blinds in Prattville, your trusted source for all things quality and beauty when it comes to window treatments for your home. Well, no question, the summertime heat has arrived in full force. Let us at Just Blinds help you not only cool down your home and your outdoor living space, we'll also help you save money on those cooling bills. How do we do that? Easy. With the latest in energy-efficient shades and blinds, complete with a range of options for motorization and automation. Online at GoJustBlinds.com. And stay cool, everyone.
HGTV is launching a new series on Tuesday, October 11th at 7 Central called The Renovator. Host Marcus Lemonis is well known for his hit series, The Prophet.
I'm Marcus Lemonis, and for years people have known me as somebody who works on improving businesses. But in reality, I work on improving people. Now, I'll use my own life experiences and my passion for design to create a stronger foundation for their home and their family.
On his new series, The Renovator, Marcus will not only be improving homes, but the people as well. Each week, he will introduce viewers to a new couple or family that is facing a major challenge with their home and their relationship. Through better communication, couples will renovate how they think of each other and the home they live in. Move a wall, change an attitude. Tune into The Renovator this Tuesday, October 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on HGTV. Or set your DVR. Also available on Discovery Plus.
We tried Dynovite for gut health and immune support, and after a couple of weeks, our little Gizmo was acting like a puppy again. His coat was shinier, he had a lot less scratching and shedding, and he seemed like his happy old self.
My dog smelled and scratched constantly. We bathed and sprayed her, took her to the vet, but no results. Now, a little Dynovite in her food helps Bella keep her beautiful coat with no scratching or smell.
Get 10% off your next order of Dynovite nutritional supplements for dogs at Dynovite.com.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dynovite.
Here's a message just for the attorneys out there.
So you passed the bar, joined a firm, or even built your own. Now are you finding out that you're doing more administration than actual law practice? Lexicon can help. Lexicon is a legal technology provider with over a decade of experience streamlining administrative tasks like timekeeping, billing, and more, so you can focus on maximizing billable hours and increasing client satisfaction. Lexicon, or visit lexiconservices.com/go to learn more.
Come fix my home.
Since 1969, you've trusted Bill Bradley. When something breaks, call Bill Bradley for plumbing, heating, and air conditioning concerns. Bill Bradley will come fix your home. Call today and tune up your AC for only $74.95. Bill Bradley, your source for all things green, including available financing on HVAC. Certificate number 8449.
Fix my home.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Okay, we're back. Now, talk about entrepreneurialism. Talk about business. Well, let me tell you one of the best places you can buy a pre-loved car. One that is dependable, reputable, and it's fantastic. You don't have to worry about it. The only time you would drive back on the lot is when you want to trade it back in for another model. Okay, an upper model. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Now, who am I talking about? I'm talking about JL Lane Truck and Auto. JL Lane Truck and Auto. That's all you got to do is give them a call at 272-4313. And again, you just can't beat pre-loved cars. We don't even like to use the word used. Pre-loved. I mean, they went from one family, now it's going to go to your family, okay? And all the cars have been cleaned. They have been cleared of all known issues. They have passed a rigorous and vigorous process in order to even be put on the line for sale. So trust me on this. You can go to them, you can talk to them, and then they don't worry about what happened to you yesterday. Life happened. They worry about what's happening today and what's happening on tomorrow. Okay, you need a car, they need to sell one, they need a good customer, you need a good business guy that can give you that vehicle. I'm telling you, pre-love, listen, it's a match made just for you. And if your credit's not as good as you think it ought to be, don't worry about that. You need to call them up anyway, 272-4313. Life happens. Things have happened to every last one of us. If we lived a little while, things have happened. Sometimes we made bad decisions. Sometimes the bad decision was made for us. However, your kids may have signed like with yours, like I did, and things didn't work out. But it's on your credit report. Okay, explain that to them. Okay, but let them know that you heard about them on the radio, and then I guarantee you they'll make you the best deal that they possibly can. Again, that is JL Lane Truck and Auto, located at 208 Gun Road, or you can give them a call, 272-4313, 272-4313, and I guarantee you that you will be pleased that you did. Okay, that's all I'm just telling you. You'll be pleased. All right? That number again, 272-4313. Tell them I sent you, and who knows, they may take a little bit more off. I'm not sure. Don't tell them I said that, but I'm just saying, you might want to throw my name out there and see what happens. Okay, that's JL Lane Truck and Auto. We're talking about the economics. TD Jakes got me into this when we're talking about the economics, entrepreneurialism, what it takes to have your own business in the city of Montgomery or any other place. First of all, it takes knowledge, but we're also talking about in the last 30 years since I've been in Montgomery, Alabama. There's been no significant difference in the lives of poor folks. Not really. I don't think getting more food stamps is a paradigm shift. Okay, it still leads you dependent on somebody else for your survival. I don't think that's a paradigm shift. Some older folks, hey, they worked hard, they got it right to them. But young folks, there are too many opportunities in this country. But you're being told by people every day that you need them. Okay, I'm just saying, we're talking about Montgomery 2040. Well, Montgomery 2020 has Envision 2020 has passed, and not any significant difference. It doesn't make any difference. It doesn't seem to make any difference who gets elected in public office. There are certain people who keep getting money, keep getting rich, and I'm not against it. I love rich people. They hire people, so I'm not worried about them. But the poor stays poor, and the rich get rich. Again, I ain't mad at rich people because rich people hire people. But again, what happens to that other side? We've been talking every election, every time there's an election, people swear up and down they're gonna do this and don't do jack. As a matter of fact, as a matter of fact, the one phrase that I hear more often than not when I talk to a quote unquote representative. Does anybody know what the one phrase we hear most from most people who supposedly represent us? 860-1440. I just want to know. I just want to know. Am I the only one that picked this up? Does anybody know what is the most prevalent phrase that we hear from people who represent us? Anybody know? Good morning. Who's this? Hello. Okay. Anyway, so if you do know, now some of y'all got phones that either it's not working or I got idiots playing on the phone again. And this is why we can't get any place in Montgomery, because we rather play with the telephone. I ain't mad at them, okay? And they're probably one of those minimum wage people right there who just don't have nothing else to do, get disappointed in their lives, their lives suck because they didn't make the right decision, so they thought they all they got to do is get on the morning and call me on the radio and hang out on the phone. Okay, I'm just consider that an idiot, okay? But one of the phrases, the most prevalent phrase that most people who elected, what is the most prevalent phrase that they use? I'll tell you in a minute if you don't know. Good morning. Yes. Soldier to soldier. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I understand. Huh? Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. Mm. Okay. When you say public access, what do you mean? I mean, it's not even built yet, so and we'll be open to the right, right. Oh, oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Hey, appreciate. Good morning. Who's this? Now, is that the way you're going to start this conversation off? Or why don't you just get to what you were going to say? Wait a minute. See, you're wasting the time already. Well, in the future, get to the point and stop chastising me. Just, no, just get to the point. But you brought this up. Just get to the point. He didn't change the subject matter. We were talking about economics. Because I don't necessarily disagree with Tuberville. I heard what it was written. And for a group of people who make up 12% of the population of America and 67% of people in jail, there's a problem there. Well, no matter who you know he was talking about. You know who he was talking about. Who? Well, again, we know who's doing most of the street crime in America. Don't we always group people? Don't we always group people? And we all are not. I can only go by the statistics, and the facts are the fact. The fact are the facts for a group of people who had not all of us. Well, I know I wasn't getting none to begin with, so I don't worry about it. Yeah, you got to ask him that. You got to ask. You got to ask him that. No, you got to. I don't care. It's an irrelevant. It's an irrelevant conversation to me. I didn't interpret it at all. I didn't interpret it at all. I don't care. Listen, yeah. Well, maybe he got so many. Maybe he got so many women he can't remember. I don't know. Maybe he got a lot of women. I don't know. Yeah. Listen. I, yeah. Yeah. Well, I think we all are hypocritical to some extent. You too. Yeah. Yeah. All of us are. Listen. That's in Georgia. Wait. That's in Georgia. That's got nothing to do with Alabama. No, it doesn't. That's in Georgia. If them people listen, if them people want to put Herschel Walker, I'm not a Herschel Walker fan. I'm not a Herschel Walker fan. But if they want to vote for him, that's their business. Okay. Okay. I hear you. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry about that. That was an accident. Oh, well, do we miss you? Sorry about that. Anyway, let me take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster. Want to see big on new blinds? Blindster.com offers custom-made blind shades and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Shop Blindster now and save 45% off any order. Just use code radio. Offer ends soon. Shop today. Blindster.com.
Good morning, Montgomery. We've got an accident. They're working at Cobbs Ford Road and McQueen Smith and Frackle. Keep your eyes open if you're heading in that direction. Otherwise, we're looking good. Traffic light this morning. You keep listening. We will keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. Learn to be a heavy equipment operator in Trenton State. Registration is now open. Get trained and hired fast. Trenton State. Skills for success. Buckle up. It's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Selecting the best choice for tires can be confusing with all the brands and options available. Trust the #1 rated tire pros in Montgomery at Chico's Auto Pros for your tire needs.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
So we know Vladimir Putin is out there saber-rattling and threatening to use nuclear weapons. And Joe's answer, apparently, according to all these reports out today, your government is spending $290 million for the procurement of a drug end plate to treat acute radiation syndrome, ARS for short, announced by the U.S. Health and Human Services. Is this Joe's plan? If in fact Vladimir uses a tactical nuke or any nuclear weapon inside of Ukraine or elsewhere, we got to make sure we have enough anti-radiation drugs. Why are you not on the phone telling him that his entire country and he will be gone if in fact that happens?
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
War, inflation, and $30 trillion in debt. It's looking like 2008 all over again. Millions of Americans watch their retirement savings disappear, while those who invested in physical gold and silver were protected. And if you have $50,000 or more in your IRA, 401k, or savings, you could be at risk again. Right now, thousands of Americans are using an IRS loophole to add physical gold and silver to their retirement savings. So call 855-815-GOLD to get a free gold kit and learn how you could get $10,000 or more in free silver to protect your retirement savings. Goldco has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and they have placed over $1 billion in precious metals. We could be looking at a recession worse than 2008, so don't wait. Call Goldco today. Call 855-815-GOLD. That's 855-815-GOLD.
We tried Dynavite for gut health and immune support, and after a couple of weeks, our little Gizmo was acting like a puppy again. His coat was shinier, he had a lot less scratching and shedding, and he seemed like his happy old self.
My dog smelled and scratched constantly. We bathed and sprayed her, took her to the vet, but no results. Now, a little Dynavite in her food helps Bella keep her beautiful coat with no scratching or smell.
Get 10% off your next order of Dynavite nutritional supplements for dogs at Dynavite.com.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dynavite.
Here's a message just for the attorneys out there. So you passed a bar, joined a firm, or even built your own. Now are you finding out that you're doing more administration than actual law practice? Lexicon can help. Lexicon is a legal technology provider with over a decade of experience streamlining administrative tasks like timekeeping, billing, and more, so you can focus on maximizing billable hours and increasing client satisfaction. Call 855-4-LEXICON or visit lexiconservices.com/go to learn more.
Men, are you asking yourself questions like, why am I gaining fat? Why is my energy or sex drive down? And maybe you haven't been getting the exercise you need. If you want to get back to the man you used to be, but just don't have that youthful energy, that edge you once had, you very well might have low testosterone. Low T causes all kinds of issues, from a reduced libido, lower drive, and bad sleep patterns, to problems with muscle gain and bone density, and more. It may even contribute to erectile dysfunction. And if this sounds like you, it's probably time to get treated for your low T. At Montgomery Men's Health, we've treated many men for low T. We've seen them put on muscle, add to their energy, improve their sex lives, get better sleep, and just feel better. Plus, if you're like most men, you'll see results in only a few weeks. So make an appointment today and experience how low testosterone therapy can truly change your life. Your initial appointment is only $99 with results in minutes. Call today, 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. That's MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Telling it like it really is. That's the fact check. It's the Dan Bongino Show. Weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
And we're back. Okay, then 8:29 in the morning. If you've got to be there by 9 o'clock, you have approximately 30 minutes, 31 minutes by which to arrive. All right, then. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Because they are trying to, listen, you get as much as you can get. I don't, if they can get it. But the problem is that people who work in most of the buildings in West Montgomery don't own them. They're owned by somebody else. So, right. I don't know which buildings are owned. I mean, I don't, and again, Boyd was trying to put a new building up over there. It was black folks that are the impediment to him trying to change the paradigm shift in West Montgomery. They don't want that. Again, I think the psychology of politicians is working. I think it's working. I think that people don't really want to change. I just don't think they do. And our politicians don't really sorry about that, don't really motivate us uh, uh, to seek things beyond. We see things, but we have little vision. And the vision is the ability to see what's not there. And people just don't see it. They've been beat down so much. They've seen the same thing for so long until they like it the way it is. What? Well, you might as well tell me now, man. Just tell me what it is. They're about 50-50. They're about 50-50. If you got to attach yourself to some party, some philosophy, they're about 50-50. It used to be that they were more Democratic leaning, but I think they changing their mind considering that everybody getting screwed. Yeah. Excellent. Right. Right. And Johnny wants to be a girl. So yeah, appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? Pretty good. And there's I believe there is a simple reason that is. We don't want to resolve it. We don't want to resolve it. Right. Wait a minute. It's not us keeping us ignorant. I mean, it's us keeping us ignorant. Yeah. So who wants to control us? I know, but who wants to control us? Hmm. And whose problem is that? And whose problem is that? Okay, no, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Well, let me ask something. Wait, hold on, wait. I gotta tell you. I'm gonna let you go. I gotta tell you. The school budget for the state of Alabama is $8.7 billion. What do you mean they're not investing in education? Of course they are. Well, then put their parents in jail. Oh, okay. Well, now you can't listen. We can't have somebody got to sacrifice. If you want to change things, you got to do something different. Okay. The state will. We're already paying them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, again, well, uh, okay. Let me, and again, I'm trying to extract out of this something to the good here. You cannot, okay, not have a standard in regular public school where the word discipline cannot even be used, and then expect people to do their best and they do that. But private schools and magnet schools can use the word, and you wonder why our kids are not doing anything. No, not really, not really. No, no. Yeah, yeah. Then who stopped? Okay, then who stopped the discipline? Right? I'm with you, but who stopped it? Who stopped it? The federal government. I hear the federal government does not prohibit paddling. You can get sued over ham sandwich. Okay, because our community is stupid. And our school board at that time was stupid also. You're gonna handle a retired Marine for stopping two people from fighting? We got a stupid populace. It's not my job to feed your children. But wait a minute. If every man feeds his own kids, he ain't got to worry about it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll do that. I would do that to some kids now. I know, but I don't care. I don't care. I hear you. Yeah. Okay. I don't care what she said. I don't. I don't care what she said. It don't bother me at all. Not even a little bit. She said that in California. California is a place. Wait, California is a place you go where if you decide one morning you want to be a girl, you're a girl. No, we weren't. No, we weren't. That's what the other guy said. There ain't much difference between. There ain't much difference. I got to run out. I can't go with you, Barry. No, we weren't. Okay, you have to look in the mirror, and whatever morality, whatever right or wrong you decide to do is up to you. It's not up to a political party. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I'm here. Mm-hmm. Get to me when you can think of it. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah. Not me. Not me. I listen. You can spank my child if he messes up in school. I don't have a problem with it. The populace that don't want you. Wait, I'm sorry. It is what it is. Yeah. Listen. No, I'm a victim of it. I'm a victim of it, not part of it. No, 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 no. I'm a victim of it. Yeah, yeah. Again. Yeah. Listen, we live in a city where we got a school board that we got a school board that will not paddle, will not use the word discipline. Discipline is not part of the lexicon of our regular public schools, except the magnet schools where they threaten you to send you back to regular school rather than let you progress in that environment. Yeah, yeah. Not me. Listen, yeah. Listen, I, my boy is in public school. He will never do some of the things that are allowed to be done in school. I guarantee he'll never do it. If he does, somebody say, when was the funeral? When was my funeral? And that's what every man should do. I'm not responsible for nobody else's kids. Yeah, yeah. It's not. I ain't responsible. I'm not responsible for them people, other kids. I'm not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's because if you throw stuff against the wall, it splashes. It gets on everybody. Okay. I didn't say I wasn't affected by it. I didn't say I wasn't affected by it. I said I'm just not a. I'm just not a performer in it. Yeah, man. I do. Yeah. Hey, I gotta let you go, but let me ask you one question. If each wait a minute, let me ask you a question. If each person that had a child took care of their business, would we be in the mess that we're in now? In criminality and a bad education system, would we be in the mess we're in now? I just asked a question. Okay. If the simple majority, why can't you? Why can't you? Again, why can't everybody do that? And therein lies the problem right there. You don't expect it. We'll be back.
Sponsored by Blindster. Want to save big on new blinds? Blindster.com offers custom-made blind shades and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Shop Blindster now and save 45% off any order. Just use code RADIO. Offer ends soon. Shop today. Blindster.com.
After a chilly start to our day, we'll talk air temperatures making their way to either side of
Making them around.
dry air. Cooling off as we head into our Monday night. Upper 40s, 50s anticipated again. Could be a little bit milder with a few clouds Tuesday ahead of our next cold front. Highs in the low and mid 80s turn into lower 80s again. But the part about this front, it actually might bring us some scattered showers, specifically Wednesday and Wednesday night. And that's your first alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker.
You come and right there.
1440.
Hello, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send you on an alternate route. You keep listening, and we'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. Over 30 homes to choose from in Jaco Hall, with more arriving each week. Buy from Bubba, Oklahoma, Missouri, Jaco Homes on Wetumpka Highway, and their new location in Alex City. Buckle up, it's the law. Montgomery Skywatch traffic. This is Major.
Call the time experts at Chico's Auto Pros, where you'll get your price match guarantee and free extras like roadside assistance, local towing, and free balance and rotation. Chico's Auto Pros.
17.8 pounds. That's the average weight loss achieved in just 30 days during a recent patient study of a breakthrough weight loss program called Weightless. From New Image Medical, Weightless uses a prescription-only, compounded 3-in-1 combination of medications designed to suppress appetite, remove sugar and alcohol cravings, and defeat weight loss by decreasing carbohydrate and lipid absorption while helping stabilize post-meal glucose spikes and regulating sugar levels. The result, an average weight loss of nearly 18 pounds in just 1 month. You won't find Weightless at your local name brand pharmacies, and you don't need to ask your doctor for a prescription. Just visit the exclusive home of Weightless at mynewimage.com. That's the letters NU, image.com. Use promo code DRESS to save 30%. Why wait a year to lose almost 18 pounds? Start Weightless now, and you could drop that much in a month. Start now by going to mynewimage.com and use promo code DRESS. Again, that's the letters NU, image.com, and save 30% using promo code DRESS.
There's nothing like hearing the songs you love on local radio, with no subscriptions and no monthly fees. But there's a new bill in Congress that could stop the music. If passed, this bill would tax your local radio station simply to play the music you love. Text LOCAL to 52886 and ask Congress to support local radio stations. Help us keep you connected to the music, local news, weather, and traffic that you need each day. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
At EasyGator, food for work is our thing. Maybe that's why we get orders from 93% of Fortune 500 companies. So what's up with the other 7%?
Everyone, meet our newest employee, Susan. She has an idea that is going to revolutionize our food ordering.
Hi, Susan. So nice to meet you.
Unfortunately, she just gave her notice, and today is her last day.
I'm gonna miss her. Why don't all companies order through EasyGator? Who knows? Order 20% from 5,000 restaurants at EasyGator.com. EasyGator, food for work. What's her name?
If you're in a room with 4 other people, chances are one of you has already been an identity theft victim. 1 in 5. Watching your accounts and credit isn't enough. It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity. LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, LifeLock will work to fix it. Nobody can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% on their first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. Promo code BECK saves 25% off your first year.
At Tennessee Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we understand the purchase of a new vehicle is one of the largest purchases you'll make. For over 35 years, thousands of customers have trusted us as their choice. Our small-town laid-back roomy feel gives you a more personal experience with less hassle. During our Jeep Adventure Days, let our professional sales staff assist you with your new vehicle purchase. Whether you're tailgating or riding the road, the all-new Grand Wagoneer is here and ready for your next grand adventure. Tennessee Automotive.com. Drive local, save a lot.
Come fix my home.
Come fix my home.
Come fix my home. Something I'll be on. It comes right. It can't be right. Bill Bradley, won't you please fix my home? Fix my home.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial. And then the Ben Shapiro Show, Monday night at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
And good morning, everybody. It's 8:50 in the morning. An interesting conversation. Anyway, at least we talked about something a little bit different today. Okay, good morning. Who's this? Yes. Don't tell me nothing stupid because I'm not in the mood for stupidity this morning. So okay, but it's true. That's true. Yeah. 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 Oh, you for it? Ah, no. Okay. All right. Appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. You got turn your radio down. Whatever that you got up, turn it down. No, I said people who do not adhere to the philosophy of excellence in education are idiots. Because the reason why we can't do anything better in our traditional schools because they don't think our kids can do it. That's why they're idiots. We got a schools. Why can't the same principles used in athletics be used in the schoolroom? Because they're coaches also. Because the minute because the minute and when you call it once already, I appreciate it. Because the minute that some teacher in public school a couple of years ago was reprimanded by the system because she told this child that she was intellectually lazy, not that she couldn't do it, she wouldn't do the work. She was reprimanded. But if a coach tells Bubba on the football team that you're being lazy, you can do better. You know what the dad will say? Hey, do better. Okay. So, yeah, we got a bunch of idiot parents. Okay. And we even got some idiot administrators. Okay. Oh, we don't want to do that. Let me tell you something. You get out here and you compete with the Japanese and the Chinese and the Koreans and people of Middle East, all these people who excellence is not a choice. You either become excellent at what you do or you get a job picking up behind the elephant. Okay. And they got that job in Montgomery where you can pick it when the elephant drops his load, you get to go pick it up. Okay. Now listen, if that's the future you want for yourself, then hey, that elephant, as long as he eating, he gonna drop a load. So if that's the job you want, okay, we got all these jobs. A couple weeks ago, I was inside an Amazon. I was inside an Amazon place. Those are humongous places with all kind of opportunities. But you have got to have the ability to at least be able to learn how to do. And it's not that difficult. The jobs are not that difficult anymore. But you do have to have a brain. And that brain must be exercised periodically to make it better. But the football team, whoa, everybody said we got to do with our football team whatever we need to do because if we don't, they won't be the best. But for some reason, our coaches in the classroom, which are the teachers, we cannot allow them to expect the same thing out of their teams. And their teams is everybody that's in that classroom. But for some reason, only football and basketball seem to give the authority to the coach. But we're not giving the authority to the coach in the classroom. Yeah, we got a bunch of idiot parents. Good morning. Good morning. Say again. Good morning. Good morning. I'm doing fine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Be kind all the time. But what is being kind? Are you being kind when you expect so little out of people? Well, I'll be back in South Bend. Maybe when I get back there, Notre Dame have a better winning team. So yeah, they lost 3 games. Well, let me look at that. Let me look at that. Well, let me look at that. Well, let me look at that schedule again. I know last week they were off, but they won the other day. Okay, but it is an amazing thing. Yeah, oh yeah. That coach is on the way out. Matter of fact, they probably got his suitcase already packed for him. But it is a shame that our kid, we don't expect excellence anymore out of our traditional schools. You know, I just don't understand that because they're not going to make it. Yeah. That's true. But I have to tell you, right, okay, we can use that excuse for so long as they have been soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. There have been men who weren't at that home at the time, but still had influence over those kids. So yeah, sure. We've always had them though. We've always had problems. But the people who succeed are the ones who get over the problem and they deal with it and they move on. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, we always had problems. The human race has been fraught with problems ever since Adam and Eve messed up in the garden. Okay. We've always had problems. So you can either overcome, adapt, improvise, or you can sit there and feel sorry for yourself. Malcolm X said it real well. Let me paraphrase what he said. If you feel sorry for yourself and sit down there, all people are going to walk by and say, I'm sorry. He's just got it so bad. He said, no. People won't do anything for you until you get mad. Get mad that your school system sucks sometimes. Get mad that the economic that no matter which political party is in power, you still end up in the same position that you've always been in. Get mad, make something happen. But crying about it, I'm sorry, that don't do nothing. That don't do no good for you. Anyway, it's been an interesting day. Tomorrow I'll get back to my regular things, you know. But the curmudgeon was right. Uh, we're in charge of the schools, black folks. Yeah, just about every aspect of it. $8.7 billion in money spent on school system, and tell me we don't have enough money. Right. See you tomorrow. Have a great day.
On News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jet Davis. Here's what's happening on this Monday. Hurricane Ian is now officially the deadliest storm to hit the Florida in 90 years. 133 people are dead, 120 of them are in state Florida. Thousands of people are still without power. And places like Sanibel Island and Pine Island have been unreachable for several days. Gas prices are now on the rise. The current average in Alabama is $3.37 a gallon.